Hello, big brothers, big sisters of America. My name is Edgar Wilson, Dynamics 365 Technical Specialist here at Microsoft. Allow me to present to you an overview of the analytics that can be driven from the data that goes into your Dynamics 365 system. Understanding that being able to track the inquiries that come in from either the big or little perspective, as well as having the ability to gain insights into those individuals, is going to be extremely important for Big Brothers, Big Sisters of America. So let's go down the journey of actually seeing what some of these analytics may look like. Okay, so here we are within our Perspective Dynamics 365 solution for Big Brothers, Big Sisters of America. And as you can see, I've taken on the role of a volunteer coordinator, and this is my dashboard that I might see. So here you can see some charts specific to my role, such as a sports and inquiry type counts, where it's actually counting the number of inquiries that come in based on the sport or inquiry that the big or little is interested in. Here I can see the big and little activities chart, which is showing what these bigs and littles are engaged in when they're out in the field. Here over to the right, I can see the inquiry types by gender, being that the big and little must be matched based on those gender specifics. Down here in the bottom right corner, I can see a nice view of my high priority unmatched big inquiries. So the inquiries that have come into the system, I can see some specifics such as the mass social security number, the priority name, as well as specifics such as the age, ethnicity, religion that you all would want insight to right here on my dashboard. I'm also able to see the same for littles. So here I have my open little inquiries where I can see the parental, adult, first and last name, the name of the little, the referral source, the gender, age, keeping in mind that these are not set in stone and everything that you're seeing is configurable here within Dynamics 365. I have the ability to select a different view if needed. And I also have the very powerful ability to create my own personal dashboards directly here in the system. So as a system administrator, if I click this drop down, I'm able to see a multitude of dashboards. However, if you want your volunteer coordinators to only have access to maybe one or two dashboards, as well as the ability to create their own based on the data that they're able to see, that's certainly something that can be done within Dynamics 365. One of the other nice differentiating factors between Dynamics 365 and other solutions is the fact that I can actually view and slice and dice the data that I'm seeing here. So for instance, if I wanted to view the data behind this inquiries by type and gender, all I'll need to do is click this view button and notice that it will launch out a new screen which has the chart up to the right as well as the data that is actually making up this chart to the left. So here I can see my open inquiries, and if I wanted to filter this data, let's say that I just want to see the male inquiries that have come in for bigs. I could click here and notice that it actually filters down the data that I'm seeing. And not only that, the really tight integration with Office allows me to export this data out to Excel in the matter of seconds. So I could highlight this data, click here, and then export this data out to Excel in just a few clicks. And not only that, if I wanted to make updates directly to this data and filter it back into my Dynamics 365 platform, I certainly have the ability to do that out of the box, utilizing the functionality that is here within Dynamics. So as you can see here, here's our spreadsheet, and I could send this over to the volunteer coordinator manager or what have you. So this is just a brief overview of the powerful solution that is embedded here and some of the specifics that you get around dashboards. There's certainly more that we can show you, so if you have any questions, please let us know. And now we'll transition to a dashboard which overviews the Power BI and social engagement analytics. Okay, so here we are within another dashboard which is actually showing you two separate facets of the very powerful Dynamics 365 solution. Over to the left, you're seeing a perspective dashboard, which is actually giving you a summary of the social engagement analytics. So to kind of piggyback on the earlier video, which you saw for social engagement, this is actually where you can view a brief summary of this data based on your search topics. And I could actually click into the specifics of this and pop over to my social engagement platform to take action on these posts. So I clicked on the actual post view, and now I'm going to be able to see the posts that have come in from the data that I'm seeing on my dashboard. So as you can see here, it looks like from Brandy, tired and drained, but honestly, this is the reason I love my job. Over 110,000 raised for Big Brothers Big Sister. This is awesome, and definitely could still perform those same functions where I could reply directly via Twitter or actually link this to a record in Dynamics 365. So all of this, very powerful capabilities, all at your fingertips, all within one platform. Now over to the right, what you're seeing is a prospective donor dashboard, which is powered by the very powerful analytics tool that comes with Office 365 known as Power BI. So as you can see, we get a little bit of a different flavor of reporting. So for instance, if I wanted to see all of the donors that are in Florida, if I click this, notice that it actually filters down the map and the data that I'm seeing over here. I also have a nice way to view this here. So if I wanted to see all of the volunteers in Houston, just notice how it's able to actually filter down all of this data in a very simple and easy fashion. And not only this, I can actually leverage natural language within Power BI to ask questions about my data. So if I come over here to my Power BI dashboard, and let's say I want to use natural language to say, okay, which name gave the highest amount? Notice that just by writing that query in, I'm able to see this in a very nice bar chart and say, oh, okay, Bonnie has given $290. That's great. And I could also filter this down to see it in different views. So if I wanted to see this within a pie view or even perhaps in a map view, I could certainly see this and actually see where these donations are coming from. Now I could also do the same with regards to a city. So being able to see where these donations are coming from, which cities are giving you the highest donations, is also something that's very important. So I could write here which city gave the highest amount. And we'll want to see this in a map view. So as you can see here, I can see this in a bar chart. Looks like Houston has been giving the most at this point. And as you can see, if I see this on a map, the larger circle, which you can see here is Houston, is giving quite a bit. Looks like Atlanta is also giving quite a bit, Tampa, as well as Miami. So all of this very powerful solution directly at your fingertips, and having access to this and being able to leverage natural language to make sense of your data is extremely powerful. So again, if you all have any questions about the functionality or specifics about how you would actually leverage this, please feel free to ask. So thank you for your time. And now we'll transition over to a few other specifics in other videos that I prepared for you all.